This woman packaged herself like an angel. Who would have thought that she actually locked up a little girl at home? The stepmother's pet dog lived better than the girl, and the little girl had only countless scars on her body. The little girl was kicked out of the house again that day. On a cold night, Emily was only wearing a thin piece of clothing. She curled up alone in the corner, which was particularly eye-catching on the street. Catherine noticed her. Emily couldn't stop shaking all over, and Catherine saw her own shadow in the girl. So Catherine took Emily to the restaurant for dinner and gave her only coat to the girl. During the meal, Emily accidentally knocked over the water cup, and she subconsciously protected her head with her hands. Even though Catherine was not angry, Emily apologized repeatedly. Soon, someone who claimed to be Emily's guardian rushed to the scene, but Emily hid behind Catherine in fear. Catherine had no financial ability to raise children, so she could only watch them leave. Emily returned to the familiar and terrifying corner. The stepmother lectured her for no reason. The father didn't care and continued to play computer games. The next day, Emily and Catherine met again. Emily was still wearing the same clothes and had the same blank look, but there were many new scars on her body. She held the few dollars she got with her blood and wanted to buy food to fill her stomach. Seeing Emily's pitiful appearance, Catherine was extremely angry. This encounter reminded her of her childhood experience. Catherine bought new clothes for the girl and took her to the restaurant for dinner. Although she was heartbroken, she couldn't care too much because of her status. When sending Emily home at night, her father kicked Emily as soon as he went out, which made Catherine completely explode. She protected the girl behind her, argued with them, and even fought with them, and finally went to the police station. Faced with the police's questioning, Emily did not dare to admit that the injuries on her body were caused by her parents. However, the vicious couple did not restrain themselves, but locked her in the colder balcony. To prevent her from escaping, her hands and feet were restricted. Emily couldn't help but want to drink water from the pipe in the corner, but was stopped by her father. The girl kept apologizing, but her father went crazy in return. This reminded him of his unfortunate love affair. Just when the situation was about to escalate, the doorbell rang, and it was Catherine who came over. The father hurriedly dragged the girl into the room. Catherine had no choice but to leave because no one responded. Emily returned to the room and untied the rope. She saw from the window that Catherine was dragging a suitcase and seemed to be going far away. Catherine was her only salvation, so she took a risky move. She climbed out of the window regardless of her safety. After finding a foothold, she moved slowly with the help of several thin wires. Catherine suddenly remembered the small window in the corner and rushed back desperately. On Emily's side, the thin wires began to fail. She fell heavily to the ground. When Catherine arrived, she only saw the girl's lonely figure. This time, Catherine was no longer silent. She tried her best to save this child, to save her former self.